Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again, and today I'm bringing you a little bit of spice that I saw in Lore Master. So another deck just like yesterday's, a little bit spicy that I haven't seen a lot of people play, and this is gonna be Veigar Trundle. So early in the season, I remember, and I think also last season, I remember a seasonal champion Tribble actually kind of playing this combination. And when I was looking at the stats the other day, I actually saw this deck list that was doing really well for some reason, and that's no surprise why. This is a control deck, so you're able to do really well against some of the meta decks in the moment, like Pirate Aggro, just because of all the healing that you have and other removal that you have to deal with them. So if you're tired of losing to like aggro, such as Pirate Aggro, heck, even Sejuani, this does really well against GP Sejuani as well, since you can just vengeance their champion away. Then I recommend this deck list. It's gonna be, like I said, just pure control, just Freljord Shadow Isles, except that instead of playing Field of Rush and Tryndamere and Atrocity and all that nonsense, we're kind of just playing Veigar for more removal and playing Death and Ada as a way to kind of clear the opponent's whole board and just kind of trying to beat the opponent through value instead of like through a big Field of Rush. Because we are playing a lot of removal again. So we have stuff like triple Quietus, we have the triple Battle Feast, we have the triple Ravine, one of Despair, double Whale, triple Vengeance, and two Ruination. All these spells allow us to completely get rid of the opponent's board over and over and over again, especially against, like I mentioned, Pirate Aggro and GP Sejuani, which are both two very popular decks. Quietus especially is so good against like the Nora Heimers, because you can kill Heimer, you can kill Nora. You can kill Victor, you can kill Nami, unless she comes down leveled up already, etc. So that's where Quietus ends up being really, really good. With Quietus, we can also synergize with the Icespell Archer. So we can actually use pretty much, I mean, it's 2 cards, so it's a little bit inefficient. But if you get into a pinch, you can always go with the Icespell Archer and kill like their big Nasus, for example, by freezing them and then doing Quietus. But again, that's kind of like a rare combo. The Icespell Archer is more to also stall there for time, give us a blocker and freeze the opponent's attackers, 2 sentries for some draw, 1 3 sisters to get us out of a pinch if we need to, triple Tavern Keeper to just heal. Again, this deck is meant to destroy aggro, so the Tavern Keeper is very important because it heals us for 3 and gives us a blocker. Miscall there to bring back our Veigar. Veigar ends up being really funny in this deck because you can just play Veigar down and you can bring him back with Miscall, or you know, like use the Miscall to bring like an Ixtali back again against aggro, and it's really, really good. And what I really like about Veigar in this deck is that it just becomes another alternate win condition. Opponent has to deal with Veigar eventually, otherwise he levels up and then starts just summoning the darkness every turn and dealing damage to your Nexus. And it's not that difficult to level up Veigar even without Catalyzer, because you're playing both Ixtali Sentinel and Death and Ada. Ixtali Sentinel counts for 2, right? So you can deal, even if your darkness is at 2, you're dealing 4 damage towards the Veigar level up, and Death and Ada deals as many units are in the field. So like if you're doing the darkness against a full board, then you're getting like what, 12 right off the bat from Veigar. But it's very rare where you get those chances to do that with Death and Ada. But we can level them up pretty easily, have Veigar in the field, and then win the game that way. And then Trundle kind of lets us push that overwhelm damage to also kind of put the opponent just low enough so that Veigar or Ixtali Sentinel can just burn them off. Sentinel is amazing, very good against Pirate Aggro as well. Doesn't die to Riptide Sermon, which is the big thing since she has 5 HP. And Decenada is just a nice way, like a one-sided ruination, especially once you have kept your Veigar in the field for like a turn or 2. Then now this is doing like pretty much 0 cost, pack your bags, right? So it feels really, really nice. The deck is fun. If you miss control, give this a shot. He actually, like I said, it does really well against a lot of things in the meta, so it should do well for most of you. So hope you enjoyed the games today. And as always, if you like our content, please make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post LOR videos every single day. I'll see you at the end of the video for some mulligan tips. In this match, we'll be going up against Pirate Aggro. We have a lot of lifesteal. We have Ravines as well, and we even have Ixtali. I like the Tavern Keepers. Maybe keeping 2 of them here, kind of a little bit greedy though. You know what? I'm gonna get greedy. I'm gonna keep the whole hand. So my problem here with the Tavern Keeper is that it's not coming down to turn 3. So we're not gonna have a way to actually block the opponent's units until turn 3. If opponent goes Marai Warden here, for example, we end up losing more damage than what it's worth. Hookmaster? So with the Hookmaster instead, I mean, we're taking 0 damage here if I do this. Is that worth it? I think it has to be, right? I guess I could technically... Because it's kind of weird, right? I kind of don't want to play this because then it means that Tavern Keeper becomes a little bit worse next turn. I guess if I play it on the Shell Shocker, I'm still taking 2 damage. While also killing the Hookmaster. Or do we just take the 5? I guess I have to just stop the damage, right? I guess let's go here. So that if the opponent wants to play this again, they have to replay it. Still, it's like, we take 2 damage, which could have been 0, but we're always going to play the Tavern Keeper, right? So we're forcing the opponent to replay that. The opponent decides not to do anything. So I think we just pass. So that we could despair this girl. Now we're taking 3 damage, but at least that way we avoid the 1 ping from Misfortune. And we can lifesteal the 3 damage with the Tavern Keeper anyways. Unless the opponent has a second Misfortune. Or they could have Twisted Fate or Make It Rain right here, which will punish our Ice Spell Archer. And there it is. There it is. So at least it wasn't Make It Rain. So we know that the opponent doesn't have Make It Rain. Interesting. I think we always just block the most damage. I'm forcing to replay the Overwhelm. Problem here is opponent has access to Sirturmund. I guess we could just play Trundle. We want a Vengeance that next turn. So I kind of like the Tavern Keeper here. We can leave ourselves open the option for a Ruination. I like leaving ourselves open the Ruination. So if the opponent gets greedy, we can always ruinate the whole board and restart all over again. Opponent has 2 cards they have to play. Wow. I don't care what they have. If they have like a Mirai Warden or they have 2 1-drops, I don't care. This Ruination is way too good to pass up. Opponent loses 4 units, including 2 elusives. And of course, that's exactly what they had the Mirai Warden. But they kind of low roll a little bit, so we're still okay. What if we pass? What if we pass and see if he develops? And then we play the Robin. Kind of like this. Oh, and there we go. They overdevelop. Ooh. I think I have to Robin right now. Even though opponent could technically develop more. Yeah, it looks like they're just going to play the Decimate, which makes the most sense. We know that they have a Make It Rain. Or a Fervor from the Sap Spray Fin. We also know they have another Poro that they haven't played yet. We also know that if the opponent tries to summon a unit here, so you know, I like Date Stally. Because if the opponent attacks, it's running right into Date Stally. So if the opponent attacks, they're running right into Date Stally, which is cool with me. We can go ahead and just do this. The Challenger Poro doesn't really mean a lot to me. If they want to actually challenge with that Poro, they still letting me get the lifesteal. That's the Sermon. So what they're gonna try to do here is try to kill this Stally. And if they do, I think I'm chilling. Like if they pull the Stally here, we're still hitting all the way up. We're still hitting to 15. Because I'm gonna open attack. next time. There's absolutely no... There's no war without open attack. I guess, oh, again, we know that the opponent has Make It Rain or Fervor, so they can Make It Rain right here. Oh, they're just gonna Fervor, okay. We can Veigar. Opponent already used one Sermon. This lets me kill the Butcher. They didn't even use the Sermon in the Stally. I don't understand. I'm gonna actually go Trundle now instead of doing this, just so that we can set up the Trundle. I'm at 6 HP with a Stally on the board. Opponent's gonna have to have Make It Rain or another Fervor to be able to stop this. And we can punish the second Fervor with Vengeance. Let's go Ice Pillar, no reason not to. Ice Pillar is a nice free blocker that we don't have to worry about. I guess opponent can kill it here, right? Does that matter to me? The downside with the Rabin here is that we probably don't want to play Rabin, right? So we don't want to play Rabin. Because I don't want the Stally to just die. So what about with Sentry? I don't want the Stally to die. So I think we just Sentry. I kind of feel like I need to spend my mana, by the way. So I'm going to just Vengeance this guy. Everything else we can beat, right? Everything else we can beat with the Rabin. Like if the opponent blocks with the Tentacle, then they're losing to the Rabin. So by open attacking here, we're telling the opponent, come. Block with your Tentacle. So I want the opponent to block with their Tentacle. It's such a good block here. And there you go. We still go up to 9. After the Rabin, we'll be at 11. And they lose the whole board. Yeah, we managed to stabilize. Opponent decided to block correctly and not block with the Tentacle. Still doesn't matter to me. We're still gonna just play... Oh, never mind. Well... I mean, we can get it Stally here. So might as well do it. Okay, we don't get the Stally, but we still get the draw. And opponent still went ahead and played right into the Rabin. I can't believe this. So now they have no board, and we're 11 HP. And we have a Vengeance, and we have a leveled up Trundle. Imagine if we had Stally there, though. That would have been such a nice Stally here. And that should be game. Oh yeah, that's 100% game. There's no way to beat this anymore, so... GG's. In this matchup, we'll be going against TK Raka. With Quietus in our deck and Vengeance, I think opponent's going to have a very hard time. So I'm actually not going to play for the Trundle. I'm looking for Vengeance and Quietus. And we got a Trundle anyway. Okay, our hand is pretty bad. I thought we had a good chance here, but not with this hand. I guess technically we have a lot of draw with the Aberration Sentry. But like, the Trundle doesn't seem great right now. We're not getting the right cards. We're not getting the right cards, unfortunately. So Quietus is able to kill both Tahm-Kench and Soraka. Vengeance is also able to do it, so I guess at least we get the Vengeance now. Better than nothing. I'm gonna attack with both, because if the opponent decides to block, I think I'm okay with that. And there's the Quietus. There's the Quietus, which is one of the things I was looking for. We can Vengeance, we can Quietus. This Soraka. No need to Vengeance her just yet. I wish I had Veigar, right? Double Vengeance. You probably should have Vengeance instead of Quietus, now that I think about it. But it could have a second Soraka here, which I think I'm okay to not play around it. So if they have a second Soraka, I think I'm okay with that.
I am here to help.
She's gonna heal, she's gonna level up, but then we just Vengeance her and it should be okay. And we get some draw out of this as well. We don't need to damage the Soraka and give the opponent more reasons, you know, more value out of her. So they do level up. The opponent could have access to Bastion, and we don't have a Battle Feast to punish Bastion. Unfortunately. So we don't have a Battle Feast to punish Bastion. I'm actually considering Ruination here. Instead of the Vengeance. He restarts them worse than us. They're gonna go all the way up to 8. I don't think it's time for Ruination just yet. They're getting a lot of draw though, so I might be giving them too much draw with Soraka. That's our Veigar. Veigar is gonna make things a little bit easier for us. Yeah, so Veigar's gonna make things a little bit easier for us. Let's go ahead and Vengeance first, just to stop them from getting any draw. Because we had to use another card in my hand anyways. Tank Kench doesn't really matter. Tank Kench doesn't really matter. Sermon? Alright. I wasn't expecting the Sermon, I'll admit that. Was not expecting the Sermon. That's gonna be 10. As long as we don't... Oh, the problem is that we are kind of about to lose if we're not careful. Just damage-wise. I guess we have double Tavern Keeper, so that's not true. If we kill this Botstopus, how's the opponent beating us? Really? That's your play? That's your play. Bastion, I guess, is the problem here. Again, that we talked about. I want to greed out. I have to Vengeance now. I guess we got Vengeance after and getting another pillar. But I didn't want to have the opponent do an Astral Protection, right? And just get value that way. But like right now, I'm not attacking this Botstopus. As I say that, opponent lets me kill the Botstopus, I guess. Sure. I guess we're going up to 8, so we could have killed it anyways. I think we actually Ruination next turn, by the way. I think we make the reset. So this deck struggles when they don't have a lot of units on the field. So if we can Ruination and make them reset, I think we'd be solid. Because right now they're relying on getting this Protector low enough to be able to actually heal back up. We know that the opponent is playing Sermon. So, opponent is at 12. That scenario is never gonna be good here. If we go with Stali, second Sermon is the punish against this Veigar. I think we go for Veigar. The problem is that the opponent will be able to just, yeah, second Sermon, we go for Miscall. And play a second Miscall and just make this darkness as big as possible. My concern here is this Protector. So what we're gonna do first is that we're gonna pass. So we have to pass first, because the opponent has to heal the Protector and not just end the turn. But I don't know if that even matters. Opponent also gets Tank Kench now. We can just ruin it, right? Let the opponent do whatever they want, and then we Ruination. If they eat up the Veigar, that's even better for us. Because we get the Veigar right back. I guess let's push some damage here, see what the opponent does first. Might as well just push damage, right? Let's see what the opponent does first. That's their second Tankkench. They already lost 2 Sorakas as well. I want to see if they develop another unit. I want to see if they develop another unit before we do the Ruination. The Desanada is too much of a punish. Let's go for it. Bastion, I guess, is the punish. Bastion is a big punish, but the opponent hasn't been playing Bastion yet, so I don't know how to play around it. Second Broadback Protector could also be a big punish, but this Darkness is going to be a 5. Like, we just gotta hope that the opponent just has a bunch of spells and nothing else. They already use a lot of units. Like, a lot of units. Ah, of course, right? We talked about the one thing they could have, and they have it. So they could actually get all the way to 22 if we commit the Darkness on the Protector. And then they have, like, Astral Protection. So there is a problem, because I don't think we can kill this Protector. So this is rough. This is very rough. What if we go after the Botstopus? But this, man, this Protector is just pushing so much value. This Protector is just putting so much value for them. So, if we go after the Boxopus, that's 2 less heal that the opponent gets here. If they have Astral Protection, the Astral Protection takes them to 8, which is enough to survive. And then that gives them 3 heal right here. I think it has to be Trundle. And we keep the Darkness to be able to, like, kill them. This is so bad. Shepherd?
Don't tell me what to do.
Opponent can only have 1 Astral Protection, though. But the Astral Protection gets into 16. That's not true. It gets into 15. And then the heal twice here. Getting there. Yeah, cause oh man, this is gonna be they're gonna be at 16 already. Opponent purposely put this like so we can play its tally, right? Why do we go here? Why do we go here first? Why do we go here first? We Ice Pillar. We can play the its tally. The Ice Pillar. We play the Stally. We're able to drag one of their damaged units. We probably have to play the Stally now then, right? I just lose to the protection though. Oh, that's not enough. I mean, I guess opponent definitely has protection now then, right? They have to have Astral Protection, which actually puts the Broadback back in healthy state. So if we go like this, it's enough for the Broadback to heal back up. But then the Veigar is gonna be leveled up next turn, and it's gonna be doing 7. We can play the Darkness from the Veigar, and then we can we don't have enough. We only have we do have 11, so we have exactly enough to do the Darkness from Veigar and then play the Desanata. And target the Veigar as well. Target the Nexus as well. Oh, they lost the Protector too. So they didn't really have Astro? There's no way. They can never get to 22 now, right? They can never get to 22 now. And we just go like this? Astro doesn't save the Butstopus? I think we got there. I think we got there. The Astro Protection would have kept the Broadback alive, right? And it would have taken the opponent up to 20. But then the opponent wouldn't have any way to get to 22 this turn because the opponent played the Horasi. And then next turn, the Veigar, we can target face, do 7. And we have exactly 8 mana to play Death and Ada. And because we have Veigar in the field, the Death and the Ada actually also heals, also hits the Nexus. Now this is interesting though. This is interesting because now opponent could get there. Opponent targets my units and then does have enough. If they kill the Veigar right now, they have enough to actually get there. That's not true. They don't have enough to get there just yet. That's gonna be... Yeah, that's not enough. That's not enough. And if the opponent doesn't summon another unit, we just go here. Okay, that is enough though. So that's not true. We're still okay. We're still okay. Are we still okay? We need to kill their unit then, right? So for us to be okay, we have to kill their unit. So we can go Darkness here. Opponent can heal up to 3 from the Horasi. Opponent can only heal up to 3 from the Horasi. So even if they have like even if they have the card, it wouldn't get there. Yeah, that's still not enough. That's still not enough. We can even just kill it if we wanted to. We definitely need to... So I don't want to tap out of Despair mana. I think we go like this. I think we play Battle Feast and then do Despair on the Horasi. Is there any card here that can kill us? I mean, any one single card. It would have to be like Guiding Touch into like Butstopus or another Croaker for us to lose this game. But if I don't summon another unit, we lose to the Guiding Touch anyways, right? I think we have to Despair her. I think we have to Despair her to be absolutely certain that we can win this game. That way we... So we still have to play the Death and the Ada to be able to beat the Guiding Touch. Still have to play the Death and the Ada to beat the Guiding Touch.
That's a first.
Because at 7, this kills almost anything that the opponent can summon. And if they're doing Guiding Touch phase, they are losing the game because that means they don't have the Guiding Touch for the Star Spring.
I've been propagating quite the appetite.
By doing this... Yeah, that's not enough because the opponent has to block. Yeah, that's not enough. Actually, the block doesn't even matter because Ada is doing 7, so this is game.
Closer, friend.
Ooh, alright. Astro Protection could have been a big punish, and so was Bastion in a lot of points of this game. But opponent didn't get either of them, so we ended up lucking out there a little bit, so GG's. In this matchup, we'll be going up against Jarvan Kayn. I haven't seen this deck in a while, since we showcased it pretty much. Stally, not good. Rabin will be okay. I like the 3 Sisters a lot. I think I need like hard removal for Kayn. I think I need the hard removal, so let's see if we can look for our Vengeance instead. Ruination is as hard removal as it gets. Double Ruination, okay. We can actually destroy the Kayn equipment here. So opponent pick Kayn, right? Unfortunate because it means our Battle Piece cannot kill it. Ironically, we can also kill Kayn with the Despair. So we can also kill him with the Despair. which is kind of nice. We have a blocker here for anything that the opponent summons, while healing up all the damage that they just did. Attacking with the Protege just means that you lose the Protege to a Battle Feast later. I guess you go for the Damascene Steel. I think the Quietus has to go to the Kayn, right? The Quietus has to go to the Kayn, so I don't think I care about this. We can just chill and do another one. Let's see how the opponent recovers from this big ruination. It's more than likely that they have Kayn. Do we let... No, you know what? I'm not gonna play Trundle. I don't want Trundle to die to the ruination. If opponent just attacks here, all we do is taking 5, which is fine with me. Okay.
Let's talk about your dad.
Boom. Now we restart. So now we restart. Opponent plays Kayn. We can do Despair to remove the Kayn and just take 2 damage. Don't think it's Veigar just yet, because I want to have enough mana for the Despair. Nah, don't think I care about the Fleet Feather. Oh! So, I guess we can go Veigar now. Second Jarvan is the only annoying part here. I like the Veigar now. It improves our darkness. Sharp Sight, and then the opponent's gonna try to strike. Which... I'll allow it. We can just miscall. Do I even want to miscall? I kind of do. I kind of want to get this darkness big enough to be able to, like, kill this unit. The opponent's Kayn doesn't really matter to me. I guess it does. We can always just... I guess we can always Vengeance it now. It's always going to be Despair, though. Ironically, if we do the Despair, we lose to... So the Despair is actually not correct. The Despair is actually not correct. He loses to the Strike. He loses to the Strike. Because the Despair means that the opponent... I guess that's not true, because this is when... Oh no, he does... See, so, because the problem is that he levels when he strikes twice.
You can do this. You're a
So opponent could have technically gone for, like... The strike to be able to actually punish us, right? This still doesn't kill the Veigar, so I think I'm okay with this. Take a lot of damage, cool. We have a Trundle next turn. We have the darkness. We have more blockers. It's a little bit scary. I think I'm in an interesting spot here. So I have to do it now, right? If the opponent has the strike, then we just lose to it. So if they have the strike, they can actually strike the Veigar. And then when they strike with the Despair, he actually levels up the Kayn. So this actually will level up the Kayn here. Yeah, that... Wait, what? You could have leveled up the Kayn! Oh, opponent! And you're never gonna have enough to actually be able to kill us here. They really think that they didn't have any other unit? They really thought I didn't have any other unit. I guess technically, if they have like a Sharp Sight, no? They don't have any burn. They don't have any burn here? So I don't know if I'm concerned about that. Let's just do the darkness. Let's go ahead and do the darkness now. We can get rid of the Protege with the Trundle. We're putting it down to a single card. Putting it down to a single card. We're down to 1 HP. But we have access to Battle Feast. We have Ice Pillar. So opponent already lost 2 Kings and a Jarvan. They actually could have leveled up the Kayn, by the way. Because the Despair strikes the Nexus first and then kills the unit. So by the opponent having Concerted Strike, they get one strike on Kayn and then they get the second one. And that's why I was so scared of the Despair on the Kayn. But it's fine. The opponent still gave it to us, so I'll take it. And now we get to lifesteal all the way back up.
I will shape death as easily
This is dealing 5, so might as well just kill this guy here. Oh yeah. So we're gonna kill Jarvan. So we can Battle Piece and then Darkness for 5. Sure. I guess we don't need to Darkness anymore. We can just Battle Piece again. Is that better than the Darkness though? When the Darkness is dealing 5 to the Nexus? I think it's better to Darkness. Since it's also dealing 5 to the Nexus, so this is gonna level up our Veigar. We kill the Protege with the Stallion and we go back up to 5 HP.
I am in control.
That's 2 champions, that's 4 champions down. We still have Ruination if we ever get scared. We're gonna have this guy allowing us to pull him. Why don't you just kill this guy right away? We get to Quietus this Broadwind. Downside is that we also kind of don't have a lot of resources right now, right? So it's gonna be kind of like a top deck war. Like this tough actually is a little bit annoying on them. Because it means that the opponent can obviously keep that thing alive. As I say that, we draw the Veigar. So we draw the Veigar, so now we can go for the Nexus damage. Opponent doesn't have anything here that could kill us. Single combat concert, it doesn't matter.
I wear the crown.
Oh, they get the Nets, Jarvan. Are you kidding me? They're actually gonna get the Nets, Jarvan. So why don't we just do this? What if we just start going for the Nexus? Don't think I'm scared, right? Because we have all these ice pillars, which are technically blockers. So yeah, don't really care. Don't really care. I mean, yeah, we're not losing here. And if we get in a tight spot, we can always Ruination. We can also kill this Jarvan right away with a Darkness into Battle Piece.
With me, Knights of Demacia.
With me, Knights of Demacia. I guess the only downside here is that we do lose the Veigar. So it loses our... It does lose our stuff, right? I think I'm gonna Ruination. I think I'm gonna Ruination right now while we have nothing else on the board and keep the Darkness to kill whatever unit the opponent summons next. So that's 3 Jarvans down. This is the best chance for a Ruination while we have nothing on the board. The Darkling meant that he was... I mean, we were always gonna Ruinate anyways, but... And then we go here and start pushing 3 damage. Anything that the opponent summons is gonna die to the Darkness. Eventually they're gonna start drawing spells, right? They can't just keep drawing units forever. They can't just keep drawing units forever. We also have more Stallies, we have more Veigars, and this is Stally. So we hit Stally here. Maybe we should have played the Darkness first. No, okay, well that's game. Opponent didn't even decide to attack with her to get some lifesteal. So that puts him at 1, and then we can just Battle Piece everything else. This is 6. You have to have double... Okay, so they get to lifesteal. They still go down to... They still go down to 1, so I guess we can just Battle Piece. And then this is lethal on the open. So now this is lethal in the open because it's gonna be exactly 5. Opponent shouldn't have any way to respond to this. It was a little bit interesting. I mean, we got through all the champions. We got through all the champions, but at least we made it. At least we made it there. I could have stalled it out more by obviously playing it for more value in the Stally, but again, I just don't think it was necessary, so GG's. In this matchup, we'll be going up against Gwen, Katarina, Elise. We have a lot of control tools, which makes me feel a little bit more confident about beating them. The Quietus is interesting, because the Quietus can stop, like, the Elise, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. I kind of like the rest of the hand, though. I like having the Sentry as a blocker that also gives me more draw. The Death and Ada are a little bit too early, but could be useful later in the game. The opponent summons nothing here. We just pass it? Or should we just commit the Sentry right now? Okay, let's see what they get with the Hookmaster. They might get a... Okay, perfect. Yeah, we can just go ahead and do this. Do I care about the Scout Weapon? I think I kind of do, but at the same time, I'm going to have Vengeance now to be able to stop. Like, if they put it on a Gwen, we can always just Vengeance the Gwen. So I'm not sure how much concerned I am about it. I think I'll take that 3 damage. Unless the opponent puts the Scout Weapon on this guy right now. Then we can go the Icebell Archer. Yeah, I think I'll take that 3 damage. Well, we will... I guess... Okay, so the opponent has like Gwen. Opponent could technically have Gwen here. Right? And put the Scout Weapon on the Gwen. Maybe we commit the Quietus in that case. This Veigar is interesting because... Really? Huh. So what the opponent might be looking to do... Yeah, so what they're going to do here now... And that's what I figured that they were trying to do. Oops, sorry. They're going to put the Scout, and when they do the Midnight Ray, he actually gives them the full attack token again. So I think we just go here, and we just take the 4 damage. And opponent could have pushed 1 more damage. I guess, did they really think that I was going to block? Did they really think that I was going to block with Veigar? That's kind of a silly hope. Fallen Reckoner, okay, so then we can play Trundle, and opponent tapped out of block, so they have no blocker for Trundle. I guess the downside here is that if I kill this Fallen Reckoner now, opponent can just replay it, which is always going to be a problem. So we just go here for now. We're still taking a ton of damage. Because I don't want the Trundle to be the one that gets tagged by the Fallen Reckoner. Play the Battle Piece right here. Now that way, when the opponent plays Fallen Reckoner, it's just gonna hit the Battle Piece. Okay, opponent has the Glimpse. So maybe I should have saved the Battle Piece for later. Am I committing the Darkness now? I guess we should. We should just commit the Darkness now. Opponent could transfer it right over to the Fallen Reckoner. And then we can always just Vengeance him, right? On the open. Or we can freeze him if the opponent gets greedy. We also have a second Trundle now. Alright, well, opponent got even more greedy than I expected. As I say that though, because we can freeze. We can freeze this one. Is that true? Because we can freeze this one. We just block that one, I guess. I guess opponent could have like... What? What are they gonna have here? They only have 1 Hallowed Death, which is not a big deal. Battle Piece? Could you just Icequake? How cute is this Icequake? We still get hit by 1 damage. How cute is this Icequake? It taps me out of the lifesteal. Taps me out of the lifesteal. I do still have the Death and the Ada though, which is kind of nice. I like this. I actually don't get hit by 1 because it's gonna reduce the amount for this Fallen Reckoner, right? The problem is that now we don't beat a Ruination. If we could have actually beat the Ruination, the Harrowing, sorry. Yeah, it doesn't work. We could have actually beat the Harrowing by having that Icequake. So there is one thing that I'm missing out on. Go here. We can go here. I like the Desenada. The problem is that I'm gonna lose all my blockers. I think we just lose to unless we get Ruination, we just lose to the Harrowing next time. So unless we get exactly Ruination, we just lose. Which is a little bit problematic, because opponent's going to be able to summon multiple Fallen Reckoners. We should get rid of all our blockers. So... And they'll have 2 Hallowed Depths now? Why do this now? Oh, they wanna prevent the Veigar level up? I don't know if preventing the Veigar level up is worth it though. Don't think I care about the Veigar level up. I mean, well, I could still play the Risen Reckoner here. Get rid of our Ice Pillar as a blocker. Let's then do Harrowing and bring Katarina back. Doesn't even do that. They play like they don't have Harrowing. Especially since they're keeping the House Spider alive as well. They're playing like they don't have Harrowing. I'd be really surprised. The dash... So the opponent has 2 Hallowed Depths. So they're just gonna go up to 8. We still have decent number of blockers. If I play the Istali, the opponent can play the second Risen Reckoner. And that's where it gets problematic. If the opponent plays the second Risen Reckoner, and they have access to... So if they also have access to Haste Spike, then we just lose. So if they have access to Haste Spike, we just lose as well. So for us to beat the Haste Spike, it has to be the Quietus here. So it has to be the Quietus here, then it's Tally, and hope that the opponent doesn't have access to Haste Spike, right? If they go like this, we have the freeze. Because the problem with the Haste Spike is that it can deny the lifesteal. But it will... Yeah, so opponent can deny the lifesteal here. And the opponent can spread out this damage so that we lose to the Hallow. So I can't... it has to be its Tally. Has to be exactly Stally, and then you saw that the opponent doesn't have Haste Spike.
I pull the string.
Does the Elise do it? That's an extra 3 damage that I didn't account for. Because we have to always block this Reckoner. That should do it, because it's gonna be 9. Not if the opponent pulls like this. Yeah, you don't need to pull, my friend. Man, they had the Elise as well, yeah, because they have enough Hallows. So even if we block here, we still lose by 4. Oh, that equipment just gave them too much value. Was probably actually more... I mean, even if we Quietus the equipment, still enough to kill us. So, GG's. In this matchup, we'll be going up against Teemo Twisted Fate, which tells me that this is going to be Monkeys. So the opponent's a little bit out of luck because we have the ways to deal with Monkeys. Now, I like 1 Stally, to be honest. I don't think 2 is correct, but I like 1 Stally and I like the double Balfies. This is going to be a game where we just have to play control and not have to worry about anything else. They always get Teemo on turn 1. They always get Teemo on turn 1, but it's okay. We play Balfies, so they're going to get punished if they open attack. Which they probably want to, right? They probably want to open attack so they can trigger the Plunder and start setting up their units. This is going to be really good, actually, as well, at removing the opponent's whole board. So, that's a nice card. So now opponent's going to have Warning Shot to be able to trigger the Plunder. Otherwise, we're chilling. Okay. So, no Plunder trigger. Let's go Sentry here. Oh, they finally got the warning shot. They finally got the warning shot. And they get the monkey business. So they will trigger Plunder again, right? They have a lot of options here that are actually good. Des and Ada is okay. Okay, so they know our whole hand. So let's pretend that they know our whole hand. Unfortunately for the opponent, that means that their hand is not very good anymore. That means that their hand is not very good.
I'm always up for a round or two.
Like, sure, you get this, but
I'm a people person.
so we can just go here, right? And block the Jagged Butcher. So the opponent's only pushing 2. So opponent knew that we had Ice-Spell Archer unless they missed it. They don't get to trigger Plunder because they don't have a Plunder card, right? So like hitting our Nexus doesn't matter if you're not triggering Plunder because it doesn't increase the value of Pandemonium. So the only Plunder card that I guess they use Double Swindle. So they already have Pandemonium is going to be at 3. So Pandemonium is already at 3, which is a little bit unfortunate. Opponent actually attached with Jagged Butcher, which helps them out because obviously they want to have a clear board, which makes sense. Technically, I shouldn't kill TF because if the opponent has a second TF, that just gives them more draw or another red card. But I also don't hate it. We have Vengeance, we have Battle Feast. We just need Whale. We just need Whale to feel really comfortable. Don't think it matters again unless the opponent triggers the Plunder. Wow. That's 3 cards. 3 cards that they have from us. Could be Vengeance for the big Veigar. Could be Vengeance for the Trundle, etc. I don't need to do anything. I can play very safe here. And that's the Whale. So now we don't even care about... Now we don't even really care about the Pandemonium anymore. Okay. Yeah, let's go Trundle. That gives me the Trundle level up. Again, opponent could easily have Vengeance here, and that would tell us one of the cards that they stole from us. Parley. The downside here is that I kind of want to play a unit. But if the opponent plays... If the opponent plays a Vengeance here, they have another one of our cards, so they have 4 of our cards. If the opponent plays a Vengeance here, we can always just misco. Okay, they have 5 of our cards. 5 of our cards. Taskmaster, okay. So they have 5 of our cards, and they just tapped out of Vengeance. Because we can always kill them with Des and Ada. We don't need to actually rush this. We can always kill all their units with Des and Ada here. I might have to go... I might have to Battle Feast, though. I might have to Battle Feast. I might have to Battle Feast just so that we're not taking too much damage. Okay, so that's one of the cards that they got from us. We don't want to play... Okay, that's... So they took the... They took the Archer. I think we need to Well right now then, right? So this is telling me I need to Well then? Just so I don't take that damage. It sucks because now we lose the Well against the Pandemonium. That's 2 of the 5 cards that the opponent took from us. Let's go ahead and do the Ice Pillar. Let's just level up Trundle while we can. Now, I couldn't tell. Well, I didn't check. Which one was it that was discounted? The Archer was discounted, and so was... So these 2 cards were the ones that he stole from our Black Market Merchant. And not from the Swindle, right? So he hasn't done the one from Swindle just yet. Do we even care about this girl? Because we can just kill it next turn, right? So that's one of the cards that he stole from Swindle. So we still have 2 more cards from Swindle. I'm just trying to see if I should Vengeance. I guess I should, right? I have nothing better to do with my mana. There's not really a lot of other good Vengeance targets anyways. Not a lot of good Vengeance targets anyway, so might as well. We can always go. We can also go Istali here.
Shape death as easily as clay.
We can also go Istali here. Let's go here. Let's go here first and see what they do. They might not want to summon any unit. Because obviously we have the darkness, right? It does mean that we cannot use the darkness to the face. Wow, he's actually going to use it. So he just wants to kill Trundle, which we don't care because we have a second Trundle. This is putting them at 3. We have a second Trundle. And now if we draw like another Ixtali, we're chilling. Like, what does this matter to me that you're doing this? We could have also just done the Misco, by the way. Now that I think about it, maybe that was actually better. Yeah, maybe the Misco was better. So the Descent Ada lets me play around. Now let's go Trundle. Let's go Trundle because we can go to Misco to bring back the Ixtali, right? So the opponent never has a way to kill us here. And that's game. Yeah, because we can just bring back the Ixtali, and even if the opponent has Pandemonium, they can go through the lifesteal, right? So we go Trundle, we go Ixtali Sentinel, and then we just win in the open next turn. So GG's. Hey, welcome back, everybody. Hope you enjoyed those games. Struggling a little bit how to pilot this deck. I think it's really tough when we go against like Red Gwen, for example, because I can just get rid of my blockers, which is really, really annoying, and they just have so much pressure over and over again with their Wound Reckoners. It doesn't matter if we remove them because they just keep coming back. But every other matchup, like even against Pirate, you saw like even when we got quote-unquote low, we have so much heal and so much removal that we're able to stabilize and kind of count back in. We didn't go against the GP Sejuani, but it's the same way. You're able to just clear their board, just vengeance their champions, and just kind of go from there. In terms of Mulligan, I definitely like keeping Veigar, right? So Veigar, if you summon him early and you can have him stick, then it's amazing. So in general, I like to keep the Veigar, and the rest is going to be matchup dependent. Like if we're going against like Heimer Nora, I want to keep one Quietus at least, so that I can just get rid of that Nora or the Heimer right away. If we're going against GP Sejuani, you know, you might be tempted to keep Vengeance, but I recommend that it's probably better to keep like Wells, Rabines, and Biofeast so that you can get rid of the early units first, and then just join to your Vengeance later, or just keep some of your blockers as well. If you're going against like other control decks, that's when it kind of gets a little bit tough. You probably want to keep like Veigar and Misco if you get them both. Otherwise, you kind of got to play it slow. So usually pretty straightforward. You're going against aggro, just keep your heal and your removal. If you're going against like Noraheimer, Quietus, and the rest is matchup dependent. If you're going against Kendra Nasus, then I probably do keep a Vengeance so that I can get rid of the Kendra right away as soon as she drops down. But anyways, interesting deck, very fun, really different twists on both darkness and control. So that's kind of why I showcase it for you all. Hope you did enjoy this video on these games, and if you did, please make sure to like it below and subscribe to us. We post a lot of videos every single day. You can also find us on Twitch at Sirturmund. We stream 2 to 3 times a week. And you can also find us on Discord and Twitter. The links to those are both in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.